Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Chalkcast episode number 50. We are here joined by the Yummy Cheese Meister. Also, thank you to CJ and Johnny for co-hosting with me. We are live from the Dorf at the RLCS World Championship Wildcard, and we're going to be talking about a lot of the matchups that happened yesterday, some of the matchups that are happening today, and everything in between.
I do have to apologize.
For what?
Why is that?
Athena came up to the talent lounge and asked about 50 people, can you get on the Chalkcast? Everyone said no, and they're like, I guess, Yummy, it's your time to shine.
If that was relevant, but instead it's just
self-exposed.
made us feel bad about ourselves.
But you do get to look massive. Any guests on the show, they look so ginormous.
I will say he doesn't.
I've got my shoes.
Stumpy's legs were hitting
Stumpy's
Rizzo,
legs
so
like reached all the way over here.
Yeah,
Yours not quite so much.
Not quite.
That's fine though.
But look, number 50, we've got
Number 50.
the half century.
We've made it.
Raise the bat, Yummy. We've got 50 chalks.
50 chalks is kind of crazy.
That's unreal. I can't believe we've done it, honestly.
we're churning out Chalkcast these days. Like we're on fire. This is
this week's kind of a cheat code, though.
Yeah,
being honest.
But we should. I mean, we've really enjoyed it, and based on the time zone, we can hopefully do more of these kind of live chalks either before or after shows. Because if it's in an earlier time zone, we might, or earlier time of day, we probably have to go after show. Here, we have to go before.
And it's official. It's officially better than First Touch. So.
That's not fair. They're not even here to defend themselves.
Bates, if you
who made the vote?
First Touch.
I think Bates actually landed today. I think he's in the Dorf.
I think a lot of people landed
in the Dorf.
Quite a few
the other
people in
casters all landed.
Can I just take credit for the door for a second? Thanks.
Is that yours?
I don't.
Do you claim that?
I've receipts if you want. We were talking in like the middle of a series. It was a dead rubber because it's OCE.
I feel like I said it before you said it.
I can prove it.
We'll look it up later.
You came up with the idea of talking about that stuff, and I was like, oh, it's the Dorf. And in typical CJ fashion, I don't mind that. So.
I don't mind it.
I
don't mind it.
I don't mind it.
If that was your go-to for a while.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it.
He said it like 20 times a cast, for a bit.
Yep, Yummy.
I didn't mind it.
But like the context would always be different because you literally didn't mind anything.
No,
so like
I
it
don't
could be
mind
good, bad, or mediocre. You didn't mind.
This bloke's going for a fake. You should have shot it, but I don't mind it.
It was literally anything.
I love
CJ
it.
didn't mind. He was so easy to please.
I just love good rock.
But no, honestly, like is that not part of casting though? Just like trying to find the good in something.
Yeah,
because a lot of I think upcoming casters, and honestly, like sometimes I've seen it in like other esports as well. It'll be more common than in Rocket League. Like casters just sound like they don't even want to be there. They're just like offended by bad gameplay. They're like, I'm actually a good gameplay caster, and that wasn't what I would call good gameplay. So I don't even want to be here casting this for you. I would rather cast a better game. I'm like, what? How is that the vibe you're going to go for? It's embarrassing in my opinion.
I don't mind bad gameplay, obviously.
I love bad gameplay.
But I'd like a closer series, a good series.
Competitive, competitive is good. But even like it's like challenge mode. Try and find the good in a non-competitive.
I think
series.
it depends. Like obviously, a close series is more often than not is going to be better. But I mean, yesterday I really enjoyed G2 4-0 in complexity. It was like, my goodness,
it's like they're back.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, a lot of people have been atting me saying you were wrong about G2. Yeah, I was wrong about G2. This is how you do it, T-Base. Yeah. I was wrong about G2. I thought that they were going to continue sucking at EU lands, struggling in Swiss, but they've got it together, and not only that, they've gone through quite a good set of teams. Well, the first round was a bit of a gimme, but then they beat Space Station Complexity, so can't argue with that.
They did a lot of what I think teams do in like Dota 2 and stuff like that. You'll see a team be terrible each year, but then really put in the effort right in front of TI and come out and win the entire event.
I was talking to a bit of Coach Sathu last night, as we had a lovely dinner, didn't we? We had a lovely little dinner.
Yeah, JKnaps is
nice dinner.
JKnaps was there as well.
JKnaps out with the missus. Love that.
With Reagan as well, so shout out to those two. But talking to Sathu was very interesting because, as he said, you're right. They're peaking at the right time, but they actually, were at home for the Boston Major for spring, and they watched what Vitality did. They thought that the offensive play style was dead in a way, that you couldn't just do that three-man offense, boost steal constantly at them. And then he said, we just saw Vitality do it for the entire major and win the whole thing. So they went back to, they said they went back to their roots. That was enough motivation for them to say, you know what, we can play off. It's not all about just...
So they came second at Worlds and gave up on their play
Yeah, they
style.
did. They said
I
it's
don't
not
think
working.
I don't
They're
think they
on
would
the
have given up
downtrend.
then.
I think they
Do you
just
reckon they
lost.
gave up after like crossbar? They're like, okay, maybe this doesn't work.
Yeah.
But really, like they didn't realize they were the problem. They were like,
Yeah.
wait, if we just don't hit the crossbar, then it works. And they didn't hit the crossbar like that much
They've
yesterday.
been inspired, and they've just got back to just having that offense. Like, Complexity had no boost. There was one stage where JKnaps put a top bins, but it's because Complexity combined had 13 boost. And you
Yeah.
can see in the top right.
So like
So it
we
was-
kind of joked about it. I swear, like, we're watching the match, and there were so many people joking like, "Wow, G2 or G2 when they don't hit the crossbar looks insane." But it is actually true though. Like if they can just shoot better than they have been all season, I think their playstyle works, especially on LAN.
Mhm.
But yeah, they
That
haven't
looks
been
so good.
producing good shots.
That might be your best take, Johnny.
Yeah.
If they just shoot it in the net.
Wait, it's
they look better.
specifically for G2 if they
Caster,
just don't
yeah.
hit the crossbar. I don't know. They it's not even that they don't even hit the post.
You're literally saying if they just score.
No, but no, they see like some teams miss by hitting goalkeepers, hitting the post, or just like hitting the ball too slowly. I swear G2 all they do is boom the bar all season. Like that's all every time I watch
Just
a
fully
G2 watch
dent it.
party, it's like Bates mauling another like triple crossbar disaster class into the other team scoring in an open net counter attack.
It makes it impressive, honestly, that Bates can watch that much G2 and still have that much faith.
No, they're back though. When JKnaps put that shot away, top right bin, it was top bins. It was on what's that flowery map? Why do I keep forgetting it? The pink one.
Forbidden Temple.
Forbidden Temple. He put that one away.
The flowery map. I
The
love that.
flowery map. That's all I think of. You know, the beautiful pink. There's a little
No,
pinky.
we talked at length already to Bates before the event about how he thinks G2 is going to go, and you know, I think he deserves less credit because he predicts them to do well every event. So you know, when they randomly do well at an event, like, is it really that impressive when you've said it every time? Like, if you're never adapting your predictions.
He's been correct 1 time out of 4, and still not actually technically correct yet till groups. Really, I'd see
We'll
maybe
see.
like if they make top 8.
I've got faith in
with
it,
If they
honestly.
bomb at a group
Cool.
stage, then
Yeah.
you know still he'd be way off. But if they can win
They
one
have to come top
series, he's
4,
already like
honestly,
close.
to get to Bates's level of.
It's either top 4 or lose respectfully to like the eventual
The
winner
winner,
in the
yeah.
quarterfinals, something like that. That's what they need to do, which is it's possible in the right bracket, I think.
Well, that was
It'll
my thoughts
happen.
of KC. I actually felt that KC were the second best team last year.
Yeah, on
In
the
the
final day they
playoffs,
looked
yeah.
like the second best
They
team.
could be the G2 of this time. Or
But
them.
yeah, the other funny thing to the last thing I want to say about T-Bates that I found really funny is we did the Winter Major top 25 lists preemptive like before the event. I think it was Winter Major at least, and then after the event, Halfway Dead, who's got the rocketscience.fyi site, which is awesome by the way, shout out Halfway Dead, really cool resource. He compared his post-major AI rankings of players to our pre-major predictions of how players would go, and T-Bates was like the worst. And then I think Dazarin also missed a little bit because he had Gen G doing way
That
too
was
well.
sad.
And then all 3, we were respectable. We did okay.
We're around.
And then I showed that to T-Bates, and he said, "Why are we looking at this anyway?" He clicks on the rankings of teams, and it's like, you know, EU have the top 3 teams. Like, this is nonsense. But yesterday, he retweeted Atomic #1 of Halfway Dead's rankings. Like, well, when you look at that,
when it
just
suits him.
even
When
more
it suits
prim.
him.
I swear, yeah, I was like, this is the same
Even
AI you
more
didn't want to
proof.
talk about after Winter Major, and now you're like, look at this. Everybody look, I'm right. That's what the AI says so.
I'll be honest,
I'm calling him out. Bates, you're inconsistent.
I have massive beef with Halfway Dead because he's got
Really?
a pinned tweet for 4 years of me at Beyond the Summit saying something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, the Fennec got a slightly different hitbox or something to the Octane," and his pinned tweet
Oh,
is, "Don't be
yeah.
like this guy." You're an idiot."
Don't be like this caster.
It's
They're actually the
visually
same.
different.
And there's a full video of why I'm wrong.
I mean,
it's a good video.
No, we can't wait. Bates is going to hopefully be like right here in this seat very, very soon. So he's arrived in the Dwarf. He can come and argue in person.
Yeah.
Can't wait. It's actually going to be so exciting.
yeah, you almost forget, like, not only that we still have some people coming in, but also the main event teams. Like,
Yeah.
as long as we
Yeah.
have 5 days of Wildcard, we're like, this is the World Championships. G2's the best team. And then,
Yeah.
and then like, FaZe rock up still. You obviously got all the EU boys, the French. We'll rock
Still
up
The
having
and be
French,
like,
Rule
we are
One.
here. The French are
Oh,
not
it'd be
here.
good to have Farah on the show. Yeah.
So, okay, to ask you guys a question about that then, we already know what 2 of the matches are for group stage. You got Rule 1 G2 and you got Falcons BDS. Now, the 3rd seed in Wildcard has been talked about a ton as the one that people really want to
Yes.
get. So, the teams in the running for that right now are Moist, Team Secret, Space Station Gaming, Complexity, Crew, and Twisted Minds. And actually, the teams with the best chance of getting it are Moist and SSG. Because if Moist can just destroy SSG, they're guaranteed 3rd seed. They've got the best win record.
When you say destroy, do you mean like 4-0, 4-1?
Yeah, 4-1 would guarantee it. I think even 4-2 would guarantee it if I'm looking at the seeding correctly. But yeah, don't take my word for it. Definitely check the this with the statisticians later. Check in with the desk. But yeah, Moist have got the best chance if they can 4-1. I think it's guaranteed. 4-2 possibly also guaranteed 3rd seed. If Space Station win 4-0, they're guaranteed as well. So they have it in their control. And then Secret, Twisted Minds both have a really good chance as well. If Moist SSG is close and Twisted Minds or Secret win comfortably, they would be that team. So everybody wants that number 3 in Wildcard because that would be the Ninjas in Pajamas bracket in group stage. But my question to you guys, do you think that that's accurate? Do you think Ninjas Pajamas are actually going to be the weakest team in the top 8 for Worlds?
Yes.
You do?
I think so. I think I'm on the Mina hype train, so...
I'm on the Mina hype train,
I'm on
too.
the Mina hype train. I can't be on the Sam and the Mina hype
I think
I'll,
we're, I think
I'll
we're one
join
to
the
win
Sam
Worlds.
hype train. You can have the Mina hype train.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take that. We don't mind that.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Mina
That
have
what,
been
what do you,
better.
what's
You
your
can have that.
what's your
Mina
go-to
have
saying?
been better in the wild
I don't
card,
mind
and the obvious favourites over Sam.
We don't mind it.
We don't mind
Don't
it.
mind it. So Moist might have pulled a masterclass here by losing to Twisted Minds because they got the 4-0 against Gladiators in round 1, lost to Twisted Minds, then they 4-0'd Elevate. So they 4-0'd 2 APAC teams, and now they have the best chance of being 3rd in Wildcard.
Yeah.
Just by who they played, pretty
I
much.
genuinely think Nip are pretty much going to lose any wild
Some
card
guy said
team.
Moist
Just
Nip
because
Keck
of,
W.
of
We
how-
need Moist Nip would be
Moist
great.
Nip.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
you think they'd lose to anyone coming out of Wildcard?
Yeah, I
Really?
just because of how slow they started in the last event,
Mm.
I kind of expect somewhat similar because they haven't had the chance to be out here on stage. The wildcard players, this is their home at this point, so
I think they can beat Secret.
I think they can beat anybody as well. Like it's possible.
Secret.
I just expect them to lose.
Moist on a bad day. Moist, do you reckon Moist Nip could be a close series,
People
guys?
saying Moist have had a Mickey bracket. I don't know. I feel like after today, everyone was saying OCE has had a Mickey bracket if they're getting to round 5.
my.
Power have beaten
I don't
Both SSA
SSA
teams.
and SSA to get to round 5.
I
Yeah.
don't really like hold it against Power because they at least put a really good fight. Maybe
They
kept it
did,
close against Crew and Oxygen, right? Even somewhat of a throw. Maybe could have been in Game 7 at least against Oxygen.
Well, I mean, it's still a Mickey bracket though. Whether they
Yeah,
win or
of
lose,
course.
like they've played well, but they've still.
It's not as Mickey as what I'd predicted though, because
Yeah.
I actually end up having them versus KCP to
To
go
get
up
Reds
into a
back.
2-1. So
Wow.
that would have been more Mickey. But KCP's run, I mean, I'm not even confident they can beat Elevate. So
Well, nobody Mickey'd a 3-0, which is cool because immediately
Yeah.
Falcons and G2 had real matches in round 2 because it is possible in this format that you just get a very easy round 1 and 2. But this wildcard is so stacked. There were no like crazy upsets in day 1. So yeah, they had legit runs. I think Moist are in the most Mickey run in the 2-1s right now because they've beaten both the APAC teams 2-1. Now, Elevate actually might be a better win than we realize though, because Elevate play against KCP today.
Yeah.
That is a huge chance for APAC to get 2 wins on the board.
KCP haven't been looking that good.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't been super confident. And when they've played against some teams that they've expected to beat, or even Twisted Minds who they expected to beat, they kind of just haven't celebrated. They haven't treated it seriously.
Did
It's
they
been-
expect to beat Twisted Minds really?
Yeah.
Or was that all talk?
I think there's a little bit of both. I think they expected to win, but maybe there's extra fake confidence. Saying they just came in saying it's going to be a 4-1. Like, come on.
Because a lot of teams
Come
are screaming
on,
Twisted Minds saying these guys are really good. That's the word on the street is this team's not to be taken lightly. So KCP is saying that we're
Well,
going to roll them. That has to be just pure confidence, like
big-
full confidence, or thinking they're going to choke on stage if they're playing well in practice.
The big takeaway I had is I talked to Banana Head afterwards, and I was like, "You guys need to actually make some noise. Like you're scoring goals, and you're not saying anything. It's like, oh, it's hard to be hype when, we're getting smashed." And I'm like, it was game 2. They were 2-0 down. They score a goal. They start bringing it back. There's plenty of time left.
Yeah.
And there's not a single peep. Like they've defeated themselves after game 1.
Yeah.
I
It's,
agree.
It's been a bit of a flattening for OCE this season. For some reason, the expectations were through the roof. You know,
I don't know where because they
internationally.
could not. They were all garbage in
Yeah.
spring. Like this is the entire region. The top 3 were
Well,
so
no,
bad.
I'm saying the whole season. Like you look at, we look at the winter major, like Ground Zero. Obviously, Super Lucky leaves KCP, and those guys are like, we're sick, we're the best, we're gonna dominate, and then they just get flogged. And obviously they beat SSA, they beat Gladiators, but they were like just so demoralised. It's like, guys, you're shit. Sorry, I can't say it, but you're not like have
First touch is better now.
Yeah, have realistic expectations. You're not gonna win a major at your first event together, but it's really flattened them. I think for every major.
I also think Power kind of proving that they could have done well in fall maybe gave everybody else, because they're like, oh, we can beat Power, we're better than Power, so we must be good enough to go top 8. And then falling short.
But Power have no Game 7, Game 5 ice, do they? They just keep on losing Game 5s and 7s. Yeah. And none of them have been particularly close either. They fought back against Crew. That was so impressive, and then they just lost Game 7.
Easily.
3-0.
And it's the same in Fall Major when they played Liquid. They fought back, they were fantastic.
Yeah, same in
and then they got smashed.
Spring Major against Rule 1. They just, they were the team getting reverse swept there, but the last game, which is not close, they just had no Game 5 ice at all.
You know what was funny? Yesterday at the hotel, I got back and Arsenal comes out fist buzz, yeah, yummy, and I think it was Hoxha. I can't remember. It was either Hoxha or LJ, but pretty sure it was Hoxha. I was like, hey, we knocked your boys out. I'm like, the funny thing is, I don't really mind. Like, I'm coming into this thinking OC are going to be, pretty dog water anyway. So it's not been a good ending.
It only takes one day to turn around.
I wouldn't be surprised for Power. Power play. I honestly think Power played well, but
I think
Power is a good team. They're solid. They can definitely make it through. But to forecast that, because we do actually have both rounds, the remaining rounds of Wildcard are both going to be completed today. So the high matches, the 2-1s and the 1-2s in low, are both being played at the same time.
Who's going to be playing each other, Johnny? Tell us.
So the way that it works is the 3 losers from the 2-1 round will play the 3 winners from the 1-2 round. So if we're going to predict, say...
And you can't play the same team twice.
You can't play the same team twice. So we could even do a little bit of predictions here. Do we all agree Complexity beats Secret?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Who wins Moist SSG?
I think that one might be one of the harder ones to call.
I don't know if you should ask him, because he's going to say Moist.
Am I?
Well,
is he
they're
though?
very... I think
Look at me. Is this face going to lie to you?
Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
Now I'm gonna say
that face is definitely.
I'm gonna say SSG. That might surprise people, but I'm gonna say SSG.
I'm gonna say SSG as well,
because they took G2 to 7. It wasn't the same level of G2, or at least it didn't look like the same level as G2 that just 4-0'd Complexity. But they still took them to 7, and they've got wins over Secret and Pioneers, whereas Moist have wins over Gladiators and Elevate. So I think SSG's run's just been a bit better.
Yep.
I think they're gonna take him.
I agree. So, based on that...
So, SSG are winning. Then the last one, Twisted Minds Crew. Banger.
Twisted
Another
Minds.
Crew versus... Okay, you're going Twisted Minds.
I got Twisted Minds, even though
I'm on the Twisted Minds hype now.
Okay, so... Yeah,
Mina.
I was there from the start.
I have to be.
Let's go.
I predicted Twisted Minds to beat Falcons. Obviously, it got very close on that, but...
So, I have to go Twisted Minds as well. That means that the losers in the upper for us are Secret, Crew, and Moist. Yep. And then the winners in low... Elevate KCP. I want Elevate, personally.
I want to Elevate, but I think Pioneers will win.
You think Pioneers?
Yes.
I think Elevate will win. But anyone want to break this tiebreaker?
We need to break the tiebreaker for the...
On Elevate KCP?
Yeah.
I think Elevate's taking it.
Elevate, bro. Let's go.
Sorry, your region will regain one day.
I don't care. I'd love Elevate to win.
I don't care. That's what I say about anybody. I know how you really feel.
Half my team is on Elevate from last year.
True.
I mean, you do want to win.
Let's be honest.
It is X-Chalk Esports.
Your team.
Yeah.
Kami is... I was half.
2/3, you were 0.
What do you think, Yummy? Elevate, Pioneers. Who's going to take that one?
I mean... I'm not going to be surprised by each. I'm going to give it a Power, but I don't
Pioneers.
Sorry, Pioneers.
Yeah.
Well,
now we're 2-2. All right, chat.
Spam, Elevate, or Power, or Pioneers.
Everyone.
Well, we all agree Power's going to beat Limitless. Yeah. And then Oxygen's going to beat G1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
everybody's spamming Elevate. So Elevate, we've got Elevate, Power, and Oxygen going up to play against Secret, Crew, and Moist. Now, let me just give you guys a quick, easy way to figure out how that works.
GameDiff.com.
So the 3 from the 2-1 round, you take the team out of those 3 who has the best win rate. Right now that's Moist. We've got Moist, Secret, Crew. So right now it would be Moist, and they play the team that are coming up from the 1-2 with the worst win rate. Right now that's Elevate. Moist have already played them, so that would not be the match. So that would actually turn into Oxygen. Moist would play Oxygen if game diff doesn't change.
Oh, that is
Moist,
nice.
Oxygen.
In round 5.
2 EU team kills.
Yep.
In Swiss.
Yeah. So Moist would play Oxygen if every game diff stays as is, which is not guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's how it works. The next best team would be Team Secret, actually, and they would play Elevate. Because Elevate would be the worst win rate team that Team Secret haven't played. That would leave Power versus Crew. Wait, no, that's not possible either. So, in fact, it would cancel out because that's not possible. Crew would play Elevate, and then Power would play Secret. So you'd get OCE versus Sam in round 5. You'd get APAC versus Sam in round 5, and then EU versus EU in round 5.
Can I just say, is this
That's
world's
crazy.
wildcard easier? Is it easier this year?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
How APAC's going to
There was no fight from APAC last year. Absolutely zero fight. SSA had 0 fight.
But you've
And
got
then
a
you had,
G1.
like-
You've got an EU team losing to APAC.
Yeah, but you had Optic who was losing 140U. And
They got
were
out.
able
They
to
got
get-
through.
Yeah, exactly.
The G1 are about
They-
to lose
they were
one.
trolling
Okay, I'll tell
scrims
you
and
why
they
this.
make it-
I'll tell you why this one's deeper. Is because last season the 2 mini teams were pretty bad. They were terrible. They went 1-3, 1-3.
I'm
This
just
season
saying
the
the
mini
fact
teams are doing
that-
really well, so that's what makes it more stacked.
The fact that Optic made it through
I feel like-
is even just proof how much easier it was.
I still
G-
think
EU
there's got to be
having
some
one-
bad teams making it
EU
through
having
now.
one bad
I
team.
don't know.
Well,
You
we
got
had
better
Elevate.
Sam, I feel like you got better Mina.
Elevate Secret beat Oxygen yesterday, so they're pretty legit. And then Power versus Crew would be Power Crew's not possible, right? We figured that out. That's impossible. So it would be Crew. Crew probably going through against APAC. They're a good team. And then one of Power's Secret would be going through as well.
Are you underestimating Secret? You saying
I'm under.
Secret
I
or
think just
pushover?
that I
They're
don't know.
2-1 for a reason.
I don't think OCE are looking that good, but they could both go through.
Well, if
Which would be crazy.
OC are worse, but like Mina are clearly better, like by a mile.
But the bad news so Moist actually need to win more than SSG do. Although that even depends on who wins KCP.
Also,
Elevate.
KCP had the same run last year, essentially.
So KCP have already played Space Station. So Space Station lose to Moist and KCP win. That match would not be possible. So Space Station might be the team playing against Oxygen in the final round. But if Moist lose and Elevate win their first match today, Moist might be the team playing Oxygen if they beat G1. I know it's a lot to think about, chat, but all that to say, we might have like a NA versus EU or EU versus EU match in round 5 while the other regions are playing against each other. It's possible. I would love that, actually. That'd be really exciting.
The EU versus EU match?
Just like seeing chat's reaction to, oh my goodness, I can't believe one of the matches is SSG Oxygen or Moist Oxygen. Meanwhile, you got APAC against Sam against OCE. They'd be like, that's so unfair. Why are they getting? Why do they get the Mickey run?
What are the Mickey runs?
Why do they get the Mickey run? And meanwhile, my favorite team's out. So yeah, that's just how Swiss works. You've got to get good win rate.
It's not always the best 8 teams either. Sometimes some have harder runs.
Yeah.
You got team kills.
In fact, I think it's pretty much never going to be the best 8 teams make it through wildcard. It's just how it is.
Not with the
just because game differential tends to make such a
game
huge
diff
difference.
is the
Initial seeding makes a huge difference, and it's hard to be well initially seeded, to be honest.
the problem, or maybe not the problem, but the best change I could think of would be like doing Swiss seeding based on strength of schedule as well. So when it gets to the final round, the teams who have had harder matches would get an easier match based on who's been beating each other. And there are algorithms and like ways to calculate that automatically.
It's normal. I think that's more standard to do it that way. I can't remember what the actual type is called, but they I think this simplifies it the way it's done, the way that Rocket League does it, and I think that's always what they've gone for, just more easy to follow. So.
Yeah. I chalked your predictions with Oxygen G2. I'm sorry, it was yesterday. It was pretty convincingly wrong. Oxygen lost to Secret and G2 swept Complexity. But I do want to, remind you that the day before, Oxygen were in Game 7 overtime with Complexity, and G2 were 3-1 down against SSG. So nearly spot on.
Quick.
How did you chalk that guy's predictions?
I probably convinced him that you should predict Oxygen and
that
not
doesn't
G2.
that doesn't sound like your fault to me. Sounds like that guy messed up listening to Johnny.
Also, I've been called down by production myself, not UCJ. So I
really?
might have to go soon. But yeah.
No,
So there's any-
no stress, no stress. Any final questions for Yummy before he runs away in the
I've already
Discord?
yelled at OC for being bad, and that's pretty much what I came here for.
And how do you think they're going to go today, Yummy? Couple of dubs.
I think they'll make round 5, and Power will give us a lot of hope. They'll make a game 7 and lose. So
That's what we love.
yeah,
Pirate
Can't wait.
secret.
I don't know the way
disaster
that they
class.
act, the way they talk, and like, oh, we're making all these mistakes. I feel like they think they should be perfect instead of just going and having fun. And
Amfish just
like,
walked in and
trying
he
their
looked
best.
really happy to be
Well, I
here,
hope-
so that's cool.
yeah,
He's always
Torsos was
happy.
waving.
Memphis
and stuff
always
like
looks
that,
happy.
yeah.
Mm.
He does.
No, I just think they're
He's always
too
having a
hard
good
on
time.
themselves, and they kind of force themselves to be in a negative mindset.
Yeah,
a bit
everyone
too
wants to
much.
play
Yeah.
Perfect
Yeah.
Rocket League. It doesn't
Yeah.
exist. Perfect Rocket League
Yeah,
doesn't
like this
exist.
guy, like as much as I make fun of him, and he didn't play perfect Rocket League. He was
Oh,
like,
Wow.
no,
He was
in
effective.
my head,
really far from.
he
Yeah.
was effective.
I was like Redocin if he was 10 times worse.
Yeah, he was just constantly stealing boost and coming,
I was active.
doing
I was
laps.
active.
Yeah,
you know,
he was
And,
I was
like,
in there.
when-
Me and you
You're in
were in
there.
there. You know.
We're in
And when
there.
something would go,
Get
when
out of
something
net.
goes wrong, you just have to be like, okay, that wasn't ideal, but it's fine. Let's
does-
just continue.
It does remind me of when Jazzo was trying to defend Rizzo and being like, you don't
Jazzo.
get points for demos. You know.
I mean, hey, he's
it's-
not lying. You do not get
That's
points for
important.
demos still to this day.
Still.
Well, you do if you get an extermination, right?
Yeah, but
Like
usually I
10
ended with maybe like
7.
6.
Oh yeah, you get like
A
10,
6.
10 to
Usually
30
got like
points.
6
Do
a
we have
game.
do we have patron questions in the Discord?
Yeah.
Any
Oh.
coming
Yeah,
through?
go do your Patreon questions. I'll head down. the
Righto.
production.
Okay, Yummy, don't
I'll
get
see
in
you
trouble,
soon.
bro.
Thank
But
you,
thanks for coming, Yummy.
everyone.
And yeah, if you haven't already joined the Discord, it's !chalked Discord, right?
Yes, ! Chalked Discord in chat. That is the Chalkedcast Discord.
That's so you can join in.
Nightbot will give you a little link.
And yeah, those of you who are not signed up to the Patreon can still get announcements on that Discord when we're live or when a bonus episode does go live. You could, oh my goodness, they're celebrating in the warm up.
And the scrim, yeah.
Elevator going crazy. But yeah, you can
Wait,
get,
is that the war?
that was the warm up,
Yeah.
and they're just yelling yes. But yeah, you can join the Discord regardless of whether you're a patron. But patrons do get access to the channels where you can ask questions to our guests or ourselves.
What'd you do earlier? Can't remember.
Who said this? I don't know what happened.
Who knows?
We
Who
can't-
knows? Johnny,
No, we just
Johnny
gave
does have
everybody-
great ankles.
We give everybody like big time FOMO. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know why
I-
production's
I'm
called
very
Yummy and not
pale.
me. I feel left out.
I'm extremely
That is-
pale
that
in
is
the
odd.
feet department. I've got a little bit of a suntan on my arm, but the feet are just bright pale.
You realise pretty quick that where the camera for right now is sort of like this and above. So I was kind of rocking I was gonna go shorts and thongs, but people kind of like people look at me funny when I've got top half, you know.
Yeah, you could-
business up top, party down the bottom.
Just wear like your pajamas.
Yeah,
Just pajama
I had
pants.
the dogs out and everything. I had the grippers. What do you call them? The cement slappers. I had
the
everything
cement
out.
slappers, yeah.
Just
The
with
grass
top half,
grippers.
but anyway, no one really cares about the bottom half because you can't see it. But on crowd days, you will. We'll be out
Yeah,
there.
you gotta wear the dress shoes on crowd days.
You
But
know,
yeah, this is just more comfortable.
we got a request
Oh,
here
God.
from our Patreon member, and they wanted to say happy birthday, CJ.
Hey,
Oh.
thank
I want
you.
to say a big happy
Birthday.
birthday from everybody in the Chalkcast Discord,
Yay!
and from me to you,
Oh,
CJ. Happy
thank
birthday.
you.
That's from me.
Thank you. I appreciate
That's
it.
I lied. Nobody said that. It was me. I just wanted to say happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
And I want chat to say happy
Can we
birthday to
keep-
CJ as well.
Now, Keith.
Keith, you want to lock lips?
Now let's lock some lips. Let's get the dogs out as well. Welcome to OnlyFans. What?
What? Oh, okay. Okay.
Well,
Never mind. Hey, never mind.
pause.
Right, production
Pause,
has
pause.
canceled this. Never mind.
So interesting thing, maybe for at least 1% of our viewers, we were out for dinner last night with 20 people,
Oh yeah.
and 2 of the people had birthdays. It was your birthday and Cole's birthday.
And
You were
the day
both present,
before.
and the very day before was Linnea's birthday. So we sang happy birthday to Linnea when we arrived at like 11 p.m. and then when it turned midnight, Cole and CJ both got back-to-back happy birthdays. But Cole then Googled, what's the probability of that happening? 2 birthdays happening at the same time. And in fact, he told me that you only need there to be 23 random people present in order for it to become more likely that 2 of them share a birthday than no one shares a birthday. Which kind of blew my mind.
I feel like that does not make sense. Why does that not make any
There's
sense? in my head?
365
It's
days
because
of the year. That's why it doesn't
Think
make
about
sense.
when you add up all of
But it
the
does.
cumulative possibilities. So
So
you've got a 1 in 365 on the first roll.
Right.
And then you've got a 2 and 365.
Ah, there it
then
is.
you've
There
got
it
a 3
is.
and 365,
Okay.
4, 5, 6. You've got so many attempts at it that eventually the cumulative probabilities of those things happening is greater than 50%.
So it's 23 people in a room?
23 people is
Someone
is
said
break
25
point.
is 50%, so maybe Cole was
25 is
wrong.
50. Maybe Cole got it wrong or Googled the wrong source. But
It's the birthday
that
paradox.
really surprised me. I was like, wow, so that really wasn't that special, in fact. That you both had the same birthday. It was almost likely.
Yeah, exactly. I'll have another birthday tomorrow. I'll celebrate if we can hit even more patrons. So make sure you exclamation mark Patreon. We haven't talked about it yet.
Wait,
what are we doing?
Who signed up for your mullet deal?
Oh, we have some
What's
big
happening?
news. We have big
Oh.
we have big news. Is Everett, can I get a 1 in chat if you're listening right now? Make sure, because you might be just not listening.
You're
you
not going
might
to believe
not
this,
be
everyone.
listening.
You're not
I
going
need
to
a 1.
believe.
Is everyone listening? Okay, well, yesterday you might not have been here, but Rizzo just randomly said to me, "You want to get mullets?" I was like, like what? That is the best thing to ever. What? I can't believe you hadn't said that before. And we said, you know what? If we hit 700 patrons,
I wasn't here for this.
Johnny wasn't here.
Yeah.
If we hit, I said, if we hit 700 patrons, myself and Rizzo will get full-on mullets for main event. Now, obviously, I got a little bit of length, but I'm just
You
going to
do.
go skin on
A
the
little
side.
bit.
We've got enough. Rizzo obviously is in perfect condition.
I've got
packing.
nothing back there. I've
But-
literally got nothing.
Yeah, Johnny
I'm-
unfortunately can't do it.
I
He
got
might just get a
half aid.
fresh.
I got nothing.
He might get a fresh trim. But we have some exciting news because we have some additions to the Mullet crew. Are you guys ready? Excellent. Look, spam the Patreon links. Patreon.com/port. I was going to podcast. Patreon.com/chalkedcast. If you want to subscribe, you get free content as well. It's not like you're just becoming a patron and you don't get anything. You get 14 and a half videos. We just recorded number 15. There's content there. You can jump into the exclusive Discord channels where we're hanging out. I saw you messaging me this morning. You've been vibing in there. You want to chat to Rizzo, myself, and Johnny. We're always in there. But we have some additions for an additional
Tell us who they are,
incentive.
CJ.
For 700 patrons, if we can just get a little bit more
Wait,
movement.
I just want to tell you about how much we've been working. It was just us two at first, and I think we have 8 people now.
I think we've got 8. Let me check. We
This is
actually,
ridiculous.
if we can make this happen,
Got
if
8
we can
people
get
on
you guys
board
behind this, hey,
for the
everyone's
mullet
here right
trade.
now. Get on the link, spam the link, because I'll tell you who's in. All right.
You're not gonna believe
Firstly,
this.
let's tell you about our first recruit that we got last night. It's JKnaps.
Yep.
JKnaps will be having a
JKnaps.
mullet
For the
whilst
world's main
playing
event.
in front of the crowd for the world's main event. JKnaps, he's all about it. He will be getting a mullet if we can get the patrons there. We are organising this. There's your first
He
one.
plays
all right?
on.
We
He plays
already-
on Wednesday.
we already
We
found
don't
a
have much time.
barbershop.
He plays on
Right.
Wednesday, so we need to hurry up with this. We need your money.
Imagine him walking out. He's got the aviators on. It's just party in the back, business in the front. It's going to be unbelievable.
Who else?
And joining him, Coach Sathu. Sathu's going to do it as well.
yeah.
He's in.
Yep.
So we're getting half the G2 lineup. Once they get it, the rest of them will get it as well. So tune
Obviously.
in for that.
Bargain.
We've got him. We've got Sathu. We've got a little left field. We've got a little bit of Marky Doodah said he might just shave the sides as well. Not only that, Turtle said I'm in. So we're going to have
Turtle.
Turtle.
There's 6.
Fantastic. There's
Professional
6.
rapper.
Jorby said, you know what?
Jorby, yep.
If we're in, I'm in as well, and we love it. And also, look, he doesn't have much hair, Dazrin, but he's going to get skin on the side
He's
and
doing
just let that thing flow down the back. So that's who we've got so far. And I tell you what, it's going to be something that once everyone sees it, they're I want one as well.
And
So
listen.
it's only going to grow.
Everybody else will
Listen.
be like, where did you get that?
Listen, a lot. You're probably thinking you guys are so sellout. I can't believe they're plugging the Patreon this hard that you're trying to start a mullet gang. Now, listen, we have also said that if we reach 500, which will be
Yes.
easily
Tell
if
'em.
we get past 700, if we reach 500, we're going to run an event with that money. We're going to try and do an event of some kind, Rocket League related, that we can.
Yep.
Get some content for you guys under the Chalk brand. So yeah, if 700 is reached, we're blowing way past that, and we have even more money to work with. So we are gonna put this back into the community.
The reason one we obviously want the Patreon to get big because but the thing is we can put and then more money, as you said, back into tournaments and stuff. We can give it back to you guys.
That's the plan.
And really just help grow the scene. So I think this is a great incentive.
Do you want me to show? I could show you guys the barber that we found. Just the guy himself. Right. Let me get up and show. Yeah. Wait until you see this guy. Who's nearby the hotel.
This is who we get. We're going to book it on Thursday because the crowd comes in on Friday. Look at that guy. And let me tell you.
Do you think he's ever been requested to get a mullet before?
Well, I reckon he has.
Did they do that over here in Germany?
He had in his barbershop recently. Xabi Alonso. Famous Spanish footballer.
Unreal.
Was in there a couple of months ago.
That's a 10-minute walk, 15-minute walk from the hotel.
So it's going to be fresh. I'll get the group
available.
booking. We'll do it before the crowd.
Yeah, we'll get a Groupon. We can get a discount with that. 8 people, I think, bringing in. I think it'll give us something.
And it's going to be and once we get, I think the crowd will start rocking up with mullets as well. This could be
Yeah.
the movement. And as we said, we've had some people where they've heard about the movement that's happening, and they're saying that's going to look terrible. There's someone over there called Athena that's shaking her head. She's about to come sit down, I think, and they're saying it's going to look terrible. Why would you do that? Think about the once-in-a-lifetime memories. You will remember this when you're 80 years old going, remember that time we went to Worlds and we all rocked the mullet? Like, what a movement. Think about the memories rather than whether it's going to look good or bad. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Type 1 in chat if you agree.
No,
that's
not.
Type 1 in chat if you
No.
agree.
You remember the time we rolled up 8 boys deep at the World Championship, all rocking
Stop.
mullets? Isn't that crazy?
The
But
boys.
literally, what happened
That's
was
right.
CJ turns to Dylan. You know what would be great? Mullets. And I'm just like, no,
I think you
absolutely.
Who said? I don't know who said. I think
Rizzo
it
said
might
it.
have been
No.
like a mutual. Like
Yeah.
we
It
thought
was
at the
not a
same
mutual
time,
thing.
and we're like, you want to know what would be great? And then we said mullets.
No, and then as soon as they were talking about it, everyone overheard and they're like, "Oh,
Look at
if
this.
Rizzo does it, then I'll do it." And then it was
Look at the availability.
God, no.
Oh, he's
No,
so
it's
available.
so
Is that
They've got,
Thursday?
they've got the
Wait,
availability.
wait, that
last
might be a
Monday.
bad thing if he's really available.
No, it's good. It's
So
good.
that
it's
means
good.
nobody
so
goes
he's
there.
only
That's good.
available on the Wednesday, but like they've got other master barbers. Obviously, they're very like they've got options.
okay.
We can make
Available.
this happen.
But what's your Patreon up right now?
we don't know.
Like 400 and something.
Let's find
It's
out.
400, yeah. I was actually 417.
Can we get the links in chat, please? Can we get some more
There's no way.
patreon.com/chalkedcast links in the chat? And look, as I said, the more people get it, it's gonna be absolutely fantastic. And the way I convinced G2, well, actually,
420.
JKnaps was just
Yeah,
in. I
420.
didn't really.
No,
need to
it's
in the
literally
chat.
because they were like Jane. So it was like Dylan said, "I'll do it." And I'm looking at him like he's crazy. And then Jake says, "Oh yeah, if he does it, then I'll do it." And then it was a chain reaction. Matthews goes, "Oh, if JKnaps does it, I'll do it." And then Daz from sitting next to him was like, "Oh yeah, if they do it, then I'll do it." And it just was a chain reaction.
They're all
Well,
such
listen,
sheep. I love it. We didn't get through to your questions yet on Discord. Thanks for all the questions coming through.
Oh,
CJ, are you sure you don't have a rehearsal in about 3
I
minutes?
just wanted to say, like, with G2, right? Think about how Vitality won the major.
No,
It
you're
was-
literally
it was
live in
mental
3
diff.
minutes.
It was. Oh, I am. I gotta go.
You're live in 3 minutes, bro. Get out of here. You got
Oh
so
my
carried
God.
away. He's on the B stream in 3 minutes. He forgot there's a 10-minute pre-show that he's running downstairs.
Oh,
he's not
no.
waiting for the elevator. That thing is slow.
Yeah,
he
that
is
thing is
sprinting
slow.
into position. That's hilarious. Wait, let's check the B stream right now. What is happening over there? That's so funny. Especially if he doesn't make it, that's even better.
Wait, so what is he doing right now?
He's on the B stream,
He's
which
on the
has
B stream
the B stream has
pre-show.
a 10-minute pre-show. Yeah, their
Starts
countdown is
in-
at
No.
starts in 3
Like
minutes.
2 minutes 45 seconds.
They're gonna cut to him. He's going, welcome everybody to the
Welcome back.
I was keeping track of time. Don't worry. I didn't want him to get in trouble, but that was very funny. He's 2 minutes 30
He's
seconds.
risking
He's gonna be
his
fine.
job for the mullet.
He'll be fine.
No way, dude.
Don't
CJ
worry.
has a
It's not
massive
too
head.
far. Yeah.
It's a
I literally am like adjusting this headset and I'm like, Jesus
he
Christ.
might have like stretched it as he took it off.
It's a
He took that thing
noggin.
off quickly.
All right, I'd say let's wrap this up. Get into the Patreon
Let's do
questions
it.
a little bit
Yeah, questions.
as well. Let's see.
Oh, somebody asked. I didn't see who the name was. Somebody asked, do we have any restaurant recommendations? So the place we went last night, they were really awesome. I'm
That's
gonna look that up for you.
The other place.
I think it was called. It was just called
yesterday.
Barco.
So, Barca. I think yeah, you're right. Barca.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna check the spelling.
There was a great drink that I had. What is it? Summers Bay.
Summers
I think
Bay.
it was like a cider. Super good. Very good. I really enjoyed it a lot. I think I got like the flavor was blackberry. So good.
Was it Barco?
Barco.
It might
Because
be
it was
that.
just like bar.
B-A-R-C-O.
It just means bar and coffee.
Yeah, B-A-R-C-O lounge bar. We pulled up there with 20 people, and we just asked you a space for 20, and the guy was like, 20. We're like, yeah, 20. And he's like, we said, we don't have to sit
yeah.
together. It's fine if it's different tables. He's like, no, it's fine. Come with me. We're like, what?
He
So
had like an entire back room just
Yeah.
completely open.
Stumpy tweeted a picture of everybody who went out, but we'd recommend Barco. They were super nice. They were very accommodating to our, massive group. And yeah, the shout out to them. Also, Donner Times in the Old Town.
That place
That
is
was the-
good.
that was the best
I like,
one.
I
That
like
was the
that
best
place
one so far.
the most.
That was your first time.
Yeah,
trying
well,
German
I've had
Donner?
2 places. That was the best though of the 2.
Yeah, that was
2
that was
places
amazing.
outside of this the venue.
Traditional German Donner, and yeah, the night before I actually totally forgot where we went, but yeah, Donner Times. It's just Donner Times, as Doat wrote in chat there.
Yeah.
We have a question from Sloppy in the Discord. It says, with Mina being insane at the moment, how far and how many of the teams do you think will actually make the bracket?
CJ made it, by the way.
I think.
He
Oh, that's
made it?
nice.
Stop.
made it.
Can we check in on him?
My
They're on a
wait, so we
Oh, wait,
check out.
okay, shocking.
35 second countdown, and he made it. CJ, you're welcome.
35
There's
seconds.
no way.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But I think all the MENA teams are gonna make it through.
I think so,
to
too.
Yeah,
bracket
I
play.
think they do.
I think-
Well, it's just Twisted Minds that are left, so.
oh yeah, I guess so.
Pull my groin down the stairs. Good. Yeah, so that's it.
CJ
That's
gonna
what
be feeling
happens.
that during the cast.
Now that you're an old 25-year-old man, you're gonna start having things like that happen more
Oh
often.
my god.
Rock Lee Chris says updates on any chances for Chalkcast on crowd days. I don't have you.
We're still working on it. What's the
Yeah.
What's the update on your end? I've not heard anything.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything either. I was just that was mainly my question to you at that point.
Oh, okay. We have to try and do some digging.
Wait, yeah, we might
Yeah.
might have to finagle a little bit.
Yeah, we'll do that though. Don't worry. We're gonna push for that.
We'll see if we can get the officially the unofficial pre-show.
I love how yeah, all of you guys are in the B stream chat spamming CJ made it, CJ the goat. There's probably like a moderator in there like, what on earth are they talking about? Like what has CJ
What is
done?
happening?
Like we're only in the intro video. What did CJ do?
Well, they obviously knew that he was late.
Yeah, but some of the mods aren't in person. So that's only the production team backstage who are like, where on earth is CJ? Yummy's probably like watching Chalkcast like, okay, I think he's on his way. Hopefully they didn't freak out too much. They're pretty chill. Very chill, actually.
Oh, they're very lax.
Johnny, do you watch much OCE?
I don't get to watch any live pretty much because of the time zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watch sometimes when I wake up, APAC is in like grand final or like, semi-final, so I can catch a little bit of APAC. OCE, pretty much never live unless I'm staying up super late. But I make sure to go and watch all the grand finals just as a habit and also because I want to see
Oh, okay.
the top. Well, it kind of turned into a big three this season. So they were just always two of them would be in the grand final. So I'm always watching the grand finals pretty much.
So from Batso, he says thoughts on the ultimate OCE super team that can break through internationally. What's the lineup?
Oh, well, actually, we asked CJ about this, I think, recently with the vibes being a big part of it. Because we talked about it earlier. We think vibes are really important for the underdog teams. And he said Amphis, definitely. Fiber, 100%. They're like, vibes, talented players who have good vibes. And chat, I've totally forgotten who the third player was. I think he might have said Scrub, if I recall. Or Banana Head or Super Lucky. It was one of those three. But yeah, so was it Scrub? He definitely said... Yeah, he
They're
definitely
saying
said
everyone now.
Amphis.
Yeah, they just said just
They're
about
literally
every
saying-
other name.
Might have said.
He
might
said
have
like
Lucky.
5, so he said 5 names.
I
so
think Amphis,
you might be right.
Fiber, plus like one of those three, the original Pioneers team, Scrub, Banana Head, Lucky. If they can just like be happy, then yeah, I think they would do well. Even like Kami. Kami's still really good. If he goes back to OCE,
Oh, yeah.
be an easy shoe in there. Very positive guy.
Oh, I couldn't tell you guys because you guys were recording, but you know how you heard Elevate like yell? I want to say like 15 minutes
Yeah,
ago, 10 minutes ago. So it wasn't actually like them in warm-ups. It was like put your hand in, everyone count on 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Yeah, they
Oh,
got
nice.
super hype, and I was like, that's
cool.
awesome.
One last question before we wrap this up. Rock Lee Chris from the Patreon Discord says, who is the wildcard team most likely to get top 8 based on current performances?
Ooh.
I think okay, you probably got to look at the 3-1 teams unless you're
yeah,
thinking
the 3-1 teams.
or sorry, the
The
3-0 teams
2-1.
I mean.
Oh, sorry.
But what did I just say? 3-0? I'm trying
No,
to say 3-0. Did I say 3-0?
I
yeah.
think saying 3, if you try to say 3-0, you might have like accidentally been a genius because yeah, the 3-1 teams. Remember that's the NIP bracket. The winner, the best 3-1 team
Right.
gets the NIP bracket,
Oh.
and that's also the liquid bracket the next round. They've not looked convincing. So if you want to big brain it, you probably have to say someone like, oh, do Complexity have any chance? See, Complexity bottled it big time yesterday.
They do have a chance.
Going 0-4 yesterday
getting
is a
swept.
disaster, though, because they're so
Is there
far
any-
back.
There is
They
a
do have
chance they can get. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
if
just
they,
like
like-
4-0
there
and then
If
the
they
other
like
ones
sweep
go for-
Secret today,
Yeah.
and then Space Station beat
Well,
Moist by 1,
They probably have to go like
4-3.
4-3, yeah.
I think that clinches it for them, but it needs to be specifically that. Complexity have to sweep. Space Station need to win by 4-3, and
Yeah.
that is the only way Complexity get it. So that's too unlikely, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think Space Station or Moist can roll through NIP and then Liquid in the next round as well?
I
don't know
feel
about
like
this
I feel
far.
like Moist would actually SSG does look really solid. I was gonna say I feel like Moist has a better chance of doing that, like beating Liquid, just because they play them so much,
Yeah.
and so it's like a comfort thing. But SSG has been looking really good. I feel like they could actually do that as well. I think both those teams could make it through.
I'll say
Could make it
Moist.
the furthest, I should say.
I actually said Moist lose today, but I still think if you're picking highest percentage team to make top 8, Moist I think they have to have a good percentage chance.
Yeah.
I think am I predicting an upset by saying SSG beat them?
I'm honestly kind of with you there. Like the Moist SSG game, like
It's
whoever wins
so
that, I feel like
important.
is pretty solid to get top 8.
Yeah, because Moist, I think they would beat NIP. I think it would be a competitive series, but they would win, and then they have beaten Liquid before. It's a rivalry that usually goes Liquid's way,
Yeah.
but Moist can absolutely win that, so
What's
they've got to have a good shot. So
What's it
SSG
called?
as well.
Anytime Liquid and Moist play.
It's El Splashico.
El
The
Splashico.
Come Classic. Oh,
You
jeez. Sorry. That's what they say. That's what the people
That's
say.
not what I was referring to.
That's what they say. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Amazing. But
I don't know, I've
they've
heard
got a
it.
good shot. Also, like Falcons have to. Falcons and G2 both look really good, so of course they're high percentage teams as well. Falcons,
Right.
G2, and Moist, SSG, probably the teams most likely at this moment to make top 8. Even Twisted Minds, they're in the running as well. Got to shout them out.
Yeah.
They're in that
Twisted
plus
Minds look
4.
Really good.
Dude,
If
that's
they-
got to be brutal yesterday for them though. Like
Yeah.
first reverse sweep on LAN.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's got to be terrible for
tough.
the mental.
Yeah, thanks to you guys, Nell Corporation, for linking those restaurants in the Discord for the all of you in there.
For the fellas.
For anyone coming to
Ooh.
Dusseldorf, we'll let you know daily if you guys want where we've been, if it's good.
If you can only make one of those restaurants, definitely do. What
Well,
is it?
what-
Is it Donner?
Donner
Donner
times
times?
is a quick. It's just a fast food in and out. Get your
Yeah.
Donner. You don't even have to sit down.
More
you can just go
worth
away
than the other place.
and,
Yeah.
and like walk off with it. But the other place is sit down bar / restaurant.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
a very different type of vibe. Depends what you want.
But fellas, that is gonna wrap up Chalkcast. Thank you everybody
Yeah, we
for
gotta
watching, watching, listening. We appreciate you guys. If you guys miss any of the episode, check it out on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. We appreciate you guys listening. Shout out to all of our patrons, and if you guys haven't already joined the Discord, we will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.